Welcome back to Living Local. The Putnam Museum is digging up a new dinosaur exhibit that will feature the skeleton of a triceratops, but it's not the only new exhibit. It lets you explore our past. The Sacred Places display looks at spiritual and religious traditions around the world. And joining us to tell us more about these exhibits is Scott Peake, Vice President of Marketing and Guest Services at the Putnam Museum, which is also this segment's sponsor. Welcome back to the show.
Hello, how are you?
Good, man. How are you doing?
Good.
It's always a pleasure to see you.
Yeah.
So tell us about this the skeleton that's coming to the museum. This is really exciting.
I mean, I do have to say it's a while off. You know, we're digging it up right now.
Yes, yeah, I should mention. It's
it's not really coming to the Putnam until 2027.
Yeah.
But we're in the process of it, and we got back from a dino dig at the end of June.
Yeah.
And we found 32 bones.
That's crazy.
And you know, there's more to be found.
And that process must be kind of crazy to go from that process of digging it up to the preservation of it. Like, yeah. That's lengthy.
It's lengthy.
It sounds like,
it's
right?
very lengthy. I mean, it's new to me. I've never done this before. But you know, you go out there and they found a site where a triceratops was, and you know, but they don't really know what's all there.
Right.
So you got stuff that's kind of on the surface, and you're kind of digging down, and then you take them out, and they have to be preserved and put together, and so yeah, it's a whole long thing.
I can't imagine. That's like every kid's dream too, to go do something like that. Yeah. And was the triceratops the only fossil found, or did you guys find other things in the midst of that?
So there's a lot of prospecting that goes on when you're out on a dino dig, especially in this area. They called this area the Triceratops beds.
Okay. Which
means there are things everywhere.
Sure.
And so some of these little things that I brought along were things that were just kind of found around.
Yeah.
But at the Triceratops site, they did find a T-Rex tooth in the mix.
No way.
So I mean, there's no way to know exactly why it was there. But the hypothesis is that one of two things. Either the Triceratops is what brought this, the Tyrannosaurus Rex is what brought this Triceratops down, or it died and the Triceratops or the T-Rex was feeding on it.
Sure.
And then broke a tooth in the process.
You know, it's a fun story. What if the T-Rex bit the Triceratops, chipped its tooth, but the tooth was stuck in the Triceratops? Now that is the story we should tell.
That, you know, it's millions of years old, so it's all speculation.
Yeah.
You know, so who knows exactly?
That's so cool, man. I could talk about that forever, but they're going to make me go on to something else. So you have a traveling exhibit that is open till the end of the month, and this focuses on sacred places. Now, what is this exhibit about, and kind of walk us through that a little bit?
So it focuses on about a dozen religious sites around the world, as seen through the eyes of young teenagers, young adults, and kind of them explaining why these places are sacred to them. But it goes beyond just the idea of these different religions, which is fascinating in and of itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
But just this concept of humans' like inherent need to have a sacred place, whether that be, you know, an area out in the woods or the corner of your room, or having those places to kind of recenter your life and you know, become yourself again.
Yeah. And this exhibit is open to the public right now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long is it running?
It goes through August 24th, which actually is a week earlier than we had planned to close it.
Okay.
There was kind of a snafu in the schedule for the Indianapolis Museum who brought it to us. But it's a big one. It was 5 semi-trucks worth of exhibitry that came along, so it takes quite a while to get through. And there's a lot of different things to learn, a lot of interactive pieces.
Okay.
It's from the Indianapolis Children's Museum, but that does not necessarily mean it's just for kids. It's just kids can, you know, experience it as well.
So that's there through the 24th?
Yes.
Okay. And a project that Putnam has been working on for the past 10 years is finally ready to open to the public.
Yes,
which
and
is really
it is open now. Yeah. This is the vault.
The vault,
which is kind of the last, we could call it the crown jewel of the Putnam Reimagined project. And it is floor to ceiling, glass storage.
Oh, that's so cool.
And if you go now, and then you go again in a month, it'll change.
Okay,
so
cool.
they're filling it right now. It's not full all the way yet, but as you're seeing here,
that's really it looks cool.
It's a really cool kind of backstagey sort of space. If you go there, you'll see curators filling the shelves and that sort of thing. So some of these like that right there, floor to ceiling, it'll be just stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and the idea is that
so
it's
cool.
not curated, it's storage. And so you're going to see things in there that have been behind the walls, that haven't been out maybe ever. part of the 250,000 item collection
Yeah.
that you couldn't see before.
That's very Night at the Museum too.
Yeah.
Man, that has like Night at the Museum vibes.
Yeah,
I
and
love
also
that.
in there we've got the temple, which you saw, which hasn't been on display in years.
Yeah.
The goddess, same thing. And then the magic mirror, which we found a couple years ago, now has a permanent spot in the
I
vault.
love that. And so you said it kind of rotates, which is awesome.
Well, I mean, I
And-
shouldn't say that exactly. It will change,
Okay.
over the next year as they fill it.
As they put things in the vault.
But then, as things
still
come
cool.
on, but as things come on display from it, they'll pull from it and
Yeah.
put other things, and
That's so cool. That's such a cool idea too.
Yeah.
To kind of
Well,
open that up that way.
again, we have that humongous collection that people can't see, and they think, oh, what they see is all there is. And even with this is only going to show about 10 to 12% of the collection.
That's crazy to me.
So you see those shelves just full. But if you went back into collections, it's just like that, room after room after room of just packed full. So
Wow.
there's a lot of stuff there, and it's our mission to try to figure out how to get more of that out there, because it's the community's collection,
Yeah.
and we want to be able to show as much as we can.
Yeah. And before I let you go, real quick, what exactly did you bring in? Because
So these are some of the bone fragments you can touch.
okay. Wow.
That were not part of the triceratops. These are ones that were just found when we were prospecting that
Yeah.
had no significant thing. But like you can feel, like this one particularly.
Yeah.
Like you can feel the difference between a bone and a rock.
Oh,
because
yeah,
it has
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
this smooth, waxy feel to it, and then it has like that kind of grain
Yeah.
to it in it.
Wow.
But I didn't prep enough to bring the big bone.
No,
because
that's okay. These
they've
are
moved
cool.
into their prep mode.
I love it.
So I thought, let's bring something.
Yeah, right. Well, you got to go check out the Putnam Museum. There's so many cool things to see there. I love going there. And thanks for everything that you do, my friend. And I can't wait for the Triceratops.
I
It's gonna
know,
be so
neither
exciting.
can we, but it is a little ways off. But one thing I will say, starting I think end of this month, we're going to be launching a nomination campaign
Okay.
for the name. We're
Oh,
going to let the community have a
okay.
hand in naming it, so people will be able to submit
Okay.
nominations.
Can I submit a name?
Sure.
Tristan.
Well, Tristan,
We'll just
Triceratops,
go-
that just seems like
Tristan.
a fit.
Tristan the Triceratops.
Well, then you need to put that in.
All right. Well,
and
we're
then
gonna
when we
make a
get to the
campaign.
voting stage, you can
All
vote
right.
for that.
Well, thanks, Scott, for coming in, man. I really do appreciate it. Again, this segment was sponsored by the Putnam Museum. For more information, go to putnam.org. We'll have all those details posted at ourquadcities.com.